Hello, small business owner. Jeffrey Taylor here from Local Goldmine, and I've created a video tutorial that I strongly urge every small business owner that's trying to understand how local internet marketing works and trying to get their arms around exactly what they need to do to get their business up in the search engine. So this video tutorial is called Understanding Local Business Listings and How They Work in the Search Engines. Now, I believe that local business listings are probably one of the most misunderstood and misrepresented tools in your marketing arsenal. Now, chances are you probably received numerous phone calls from telemarketers pushing the latest, greatest search engine magic formula, and they want a lot of money from you, and they make a lot of promises, and most of them never deliver on those promises. Have any of those telemarketers actually explained what a local business listing is and why it is so important to have a properly optimized one? Do they really understand your business, your customers, your keywords, or are they just trying to sell you a one-size-fits-all package and take your money? Now, the purpose of this video is to help you understand the importance of having your local business listing show up in the major search engines and directories with one goal: to attract more customers. So let's get to the start of things. How did this all come about? Well, everything's changed in the advertising and marketing world of local small businesses. You can no longer rely on the once powerful traditional advertising outlets like the Yellow Pages and the newspapers. They just don't have the power anymore when it comes to driving new customers to your small business. There's been major changes in human behavior, meaning people don't look for small businesses the way they used to. And in today's information age, most consumers are getting their information about local businesses from these four primary sources. Now, the typical shopper in 2010 is looking in search engines such as Google, Yahoo, and Bing. They're looking in local directories, online Yellow Pages, Super Pages, directories like that. They're also looking in review sites, which are also directories, but review sites like Yelp and CitySearch are very popular because they allow customers to leave reviews about your business or your products and services. And then finally, social media, Facebook and Twitter. People are talking to each other. They're referring businesses. They're asking questions about products and services. We're not going to talk about social media in this video tutorial, but I did want to put that in there because that is a place where people are getting information about local businesses. So, what exactly is a local business listing? Well, a local business listing is not a website. It is not your website. It is a listing that contains basic information about your business name, your business address, your telephone number, the categories that you need to be in, your business description, your website review, or address, reviews about your business, a few other things, but those are the primary components to a local business listing. So what are search engines and directories? Well, they're simply huge databases loaded with millions of business listings. So a local business listing is your business within these huge databases. Now, your business is probably already listed in some of these places if you've been in business for a couple of years. They will pick them up from other sources, so you may not have done anything and you may already be listed in some of these places. How does it work? Very important you understand this. It's consumers typing in keyword search terms, and then business results show up on the search result page based on these keywords and the location that they're looking. So this is what's called the search results page. This is where you need to show up. Now, the search engines have spent millions of dollars over the last several years on what we call local listing results. And this is because they found that more and more people are looking for local businesses on the internet versus the traditional ways of finding local businesses. And they want to make sure they give you, the searcher, the most relevant results. Now, these result pages are designed specifically for the local area, and the results are local businesses like yours. Now, let's take a look at a sample of a search engine results page. This is somebody in Des Moines looking for a plumber. So they type in keywords in Google called like Des Moines plumber. Now what we see here is the local search results, also known as the Google 7-pack. These are business listings that are showing up on the first page of the search results, and this is one of the places that you absolutely need to be. Now, there's also something very important people have to realize called the organic listing results, and this is the pages that have always come up in Google, which are the free results that Google finds. But what we've found is that Google will spider places, other directories, and put results up on the organic listing. So not just the 7-pack, but down below it, you'll notice that when someone types in Phoenix dentists, they will come up with super pages listing on one of them. The local directory is another one. Yellow pages is another one. So Google is also putting up listings in their organic results. So you need to be aware of that. Now here's an example of a local business listing in Google, and this is what will show up if they click on your local business link. It will have the information about your business, and people will be able to click to your website from there. They'll be able to find out where you are. They'll be able to find out a little bit about you, what your hours are, what services you offer. So this is, now all the directories and local search engines have a local business listing results page, and they're all a little bit different in their own ways, but this is one from Google, and I wanted you to take a look at it. What do all these search engines and directories have in common? Well, they all have a search box, which is where the searcher types in the keywords. Then they come to what's called the search results page that we just talked about, which is where the results show up for that particular keyword search. And then when they click on a specific business, they come to what we just showed you is the local business listing page. Now, this is the million-dollar question. Where does most of the search traffic come from? Well, most of the search traffic comes from search engines, primarily Google. Google's the big dog. There is traffic in the directories and some of the other places, but the search engines are where most of these local business searches take place. So, are you already listed? If you've been in business for a couple of years, you're probably already listed in a few directories, even if you never did a thing. But the key is you need to claim your existing listing. If your listing's up there and you've never claimed it, you have no control over the content in that listing. And if you're not showing up in the directories and the local search engines, you need to add your listing. It needs to be in there. So let's go over some local business listing basics. First of all, you need to be listed on as many sites as possible. Your information must be as accurate as possible, and it needs to be consistent across all the search engines and directories, meaning you need to have the same address, the same phone number, the same basic information. You cannot add different information or it confuses the search engines when they're trying to decide where they're going to put you in their results page. Your listing must look professional and connect with the viewer. Very important. You want to make sure you set up your listing so that it connects with the viewer. If the viewer clicks on your listing on the results page and gets to your listing and it really doesn't answer questions or provide them with information, they're not going to take action. And above all, you need to set up that listing properly to maximize your exposure. And we'll get into that in a few minutes. Your goals. Your goals are your listing shows up for as many relevant keywords as possible, meaning the more keywords that you can target that are relevant to your business, the more places you're going to show up, the more searches are going to occur, the more views, and of course the more opportunities for you to do business with the searchers. High rankings on the search result page for these keywords. The higher your rankings on the page, the more views you're going to get, and above all, the more opportunities to do business. So let's talk about keywords for a second. Very important, very misunderstood. Keywords are what drive the internet. That's how the search engines know what to put on the results page. The key is to know the exact keywords searchers are typing in to find your type of business. It does you no good to show up #1 in Google if it's not keywords that A, have no traffic, or B, are not relevant to what you do. You see, the search engines use the keyword searches to determine what they're going to show on their results page. So your listing must target the right keywords. Now, finding the right keywords First of all, you need to do keyword research. We use software programs that show you the traffic on keyword phrases and similar phrases that people are typing in relevant to your business. Matching the right keywords is the most important criteria that search engines use to determine the local listing results. So your listing must be written in such a way to maximize your keywords, but you don't want to spam and risk penalties. You see, Google doesn't like cheaters. And trying to trick Google by stuffing keywords into your business title and description will probably end up with your listing getting penalized or even banned. You don't want to go there. Now, ranking high in the results. This refers to where your business listing shows up on the search result page. The number 1 ranking will always outpull the number 3 ranking. So the higher your rankings, the more clicks you get. Now, the most important place to rank high is the Google Places boxes, what we called earlier the 7-pack. So that's really our primary goal, is to get you up there first. So if Google's the big dog and that's where everyone's going, why not just list in Google? I get that question all the time. Well, Google indexes hundreds of directories and uses what's called citations to determine your rank for keywords. Meaning, the more citations you have, the higher Google ranks you. So quite simply, you need to maximize your exposure by being in as many resources as possible with consistent information to get more citations. This is going to help Google rank you higher on their results page. Now we get into what we call reviews and reputation management, because this is really, really getting big. And Google is placing a higher value on how many people take the time to write a review about your business. This has an impact on how high you rank. So you should manage your reviews and encourage your customers to write one. But you also must be prepared to handle the occasional negative one that may pop up. So there's the big question. Should you do it yourself or hire a professional? You can do this yourself. It's free. But it takes a lot of time, and you need to have a knowledge of how your listing should be optimized to get the best results. You also need to be prepared to monitor your listing on a daily basis, because they will change. Don't think the person that drops down below you isn't going to fight hard to try to knock you out of that top spot. So you always must be monitoring. You need to constantly be adding your business to more directories every month. You need to constantly be getting more Google citations. And you must monitor reviews and reply, especially to negative reviews. You don't want to leave negative reviews out there hanging when you have an opportunity to make a professional response to those negative reviews. Now, hiring a professional. Well, this is where Local Goldmine comes in. We have a powerful local search domination system that does all the work for you. Now, we understand what Google wants, and we design your listing to maximize keywords and exposure. We do the keyword research for you, so you know you're targeting the best keywords. We place your listing in the big 3 search engines and over 150 directories, and then we monitor your listing and submit to more directories for 1 year. We set up a review alert system, which is really important for you, so you are notified every time someone talks about you online. What do I mean by that? Well, if somebody posts a review, negative or positive, you're going to get an email alerting you to that and give you an opportunity to respond. Now, take the free search test. There's a form on the bottom of this webpage, or you can go to localsearchcheck.com and get a free search test and find out how your local business listing is doing right now in the search engines. Now, based on the information you provide in the form you're going to fill out, we're going to check keywords and tell you where your listing currently ranks and if it's showing up at all. So this is a free search test. No obligation, no sales pitches. Just take the free search test. We're offering that to you. And we're also offering you a free consultation. If you contact us, we'll explain exactly how it works, answer any questions you may have, and then tell you what we can do for you. So you can call us direct in our Phoenix office at 602-538-5661 or our Virginia Beach office at 757-236-3575, or just go to localgoldmine.com. Now, I hope that this video tutorial has given you a better understanding of the importance of local business listings and how you need to work on getting it so it's search engine friendly and optimized to get you more customers. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.